Heute bei Jugendstil. Wir blicken zurück auf die queeren Stolpersteine und der verdrängten Geschichte der LGBTQ+ Opfer im Nationalsozialismus. Außerdem Rap vs. Pop-Indie. Welches Album überzeugt mehr? Und wir tauchen ein in die surrealen Welten von David Lynch. Dranbleiben lohnt sich.
Endlich Fernsehen gucken.
Hier ist der Offene Kanal Magdeburg mit dem Jugendstil-Magazin. Heute im Studio Eileen Schäfer.
Guten Abend, meine Damen und Herren, ich begrüße Sie zu Jugendstil. Nie wieder, das war die Botschaft des queeren Stolperstein-Spaziergangs, der vom CSD Magdeburg e.V. organisiert wurde. Und die Thematik ist aktueller denn je. 80 Jahre nach dem Dritten Reich bilden sich erneut radikale politische Strömungen mit einem homophoben Inhalt.
So eine Scheiße.
Gemeinsam mit Tourguide Remus Silverpaw wurde nun an die Männer erinnert, die im Nationalsozialismus nur aufgrund ihrer Sexualität verfolgt und ermordet wurden. Sowie der Deutsch-Chinese Som Ling Li, der in Magdeburg lebte und an den ein Stolperstein erinnert. Oder der Sexualwissenschaftler Dr. Magnus Hirschfeld, der Begründer der ersten homosexuellen Bewegung in Deutschland. Unweit des früheren Standorts seiner Magdeburger Praxis erinnert eine Gedenktafel an sein Schicksal. Unser Reporter Marc Pijuan war vor Ort.
Hier haben wir die Magnus Hirschfeld Gedenktafel für Dr. Magnus Hirschfeld. Er praktizierte hier von 1894 bis 1896 als praktischer Arzt für Naturheilkunde, Sexualforschung, war Mitbegründer der ersten homosexuellen Bewegung. Husom Ling Li, geboren am 7. März 1904 in Kanton, China, Arbeiter, wohnhaft in Magdeburg, Prälatenstraße 16. Er wird im Juni 1940 verhaftet, Untersuchungsgefängnis Magdeburg bis 1942. Husom Ling Li stammt aus Kanton. Welches Schicksal Ling Li als Chinesen in diesen Kriegszeiten nach Deutschland verschlagen hat, ist unbekannt. 1940 wohnte er in der Prälatenstraße 16 in der alten Stadt Magdeburgs. Die Anschrift ist auf die Gefangenenkarte von Husom Ling Li verzeichnet. So wird der chinesisch-deutsche Arbeiter auf dieser Gefangenenkarte beschrieben. 1,61 groß, von untersetzter Gestalt, volles Gesicht, braune Augen, Stupsnase, eine Narbe an der Wange, schwarzes Haar und eine freie Stirn. Verwandte habe er laut eigener Aussage keine. Ende Juni 1940 liefert die Polizei Ling Li wegen Sittlichkeitsverbrechens in das Untersuchungsgefängnis Magdeburg ein. Ende August desselben Jahres transportiert man ihn für einen Termin am Landgericht Berlin. Ob als Zeugen oder Angeklagten ist nicht bekannt. In das Gefängnis Berlin-Moabit ist er gekommen. Mitte Oktober ist er wieder zurück in das Gefängnis Magdeburg gebracht worden, aber bereits Ende des Monats erneut nach Berlin gebracht worden. Dieses Mal kommt er dort in Untersuchungshaft. Das lässt vermuten, dass er in Berlin auch verurteilt wird. Jedenfalls verliert sich seine Spur in Magdeburg. Auf seiner Gefangenenkarte ist noch ein wieder durchgestrichener Vermerk zu erkennen, der besagt, er sei zu einer Haftstrafe von 1 Jahr verurteilt worden. Vielleicht wurde er ja auch als zweimal verurteilt, denn vermutlich erhielt er eine Zuchthausstrafe von etwa 2 Jahren. Bekannt ist jedenfalls, dass er Anfang Mai 1942 aus dem Zuchthaus Brandenburg-Görden entlassen wird. In dem Gefängnisbuch ist zunächst Ausweisung vermerkt. Dies ist aber auch wieder gestrichen worden. Tatsächlich dürfte Ling Li nicht in die Freiheit entlassen, sondern wieder der Polizei übergeben worden sein. Vermutlich zumal er Ausländer ist, der Gestapo. Denn im Juni 1942 transportiert man ihn als Berufsverbrecher in das KZ Sachsenhausen. Er erhält die Sträflingsnummer 43.263. Sehr bald wird er mit fast allen Schwulen aus dem KZ Sachsenhausen weiter in das Außenkommando Klinkerwerk transportiert. Klinkerwerk ist die Mordfabrik des KZ Sachsenhausen, in Anführungszeichen, weil es hier auch dort so steht. Hier sollen Ziegel für Albert Speers geplante Großbauvorhaben in Berlin produziert werden. Von Juli bis September 1942 werden hier fast alle Rosa-Winkel-Häftlinge des KZ Sachsenhausen in einer gezielten Aktion der SS ermordet. 180 bis 200 Menschen. In Klinkerwerk wird auch ein anderer Homosexueller aus Magdeburg gefangen gehalten, Kurt Köpp, dem Husum Ling Lee begegnet. Es ist gut denkbar, dass sich die beiden auch schon aus Magdeburg kennen. Am Freitag, dem 17. Juli 1942, wird Husum Ling Lee zusammen mit 8 weiteren Homosexuellen ermordet. Kurt Köpp mit 7 anderen Schwulen bereits eine Woche vorher. Im Sterbebuch Oranienburg wird unter dem Namen von Husum Ling Lee folgende Todesursache verzeichnet: Schulterblattschuss mit Durchtrennung des Herzens bei Fluchtversuch. Offenbar wird er von hinten und schräg von oben erschossen. Die am häufigsten angegebene Todesursache bei der SS-Mordaktion lautet: bei Fluchtversuch erschossen.
Schon wieder?
Elon Musk hat eine neue KI entwickelt. Er nennt sie XGPT.
Der olle Sack, ey. Boah, es läuft mal wieder nur Scheiße in den Nachrichten, ey. Das gibt's doch nicht.
Taylor Swift?
Die olle kann keiner läden.
Pepe, du kannst dich dem nicht entziehen. Jugendstil ist überall. Wir haben alles, was du brauchst.
Warum labert die auf einmal mit mir? Ist meine Kiste kaputt? Drauf geschissen, ey.
Paying for a gamma status on deck. Still there are business, give me more checks. My life is a movie, I never offset. Me and my amigos know I'm not I got them upset.
Das ist doch mega scheiße, du. Ich habe vorhin Schnitzel mit Gurkensalat gegessen. Der Gurkensalat war musikalischer als du.
Excuse me?
Also, was sagt ihr denn hier? War das gut oder was?
Oh, Kacke.
Immer sagt du was.
Die bei diesen Castingshows, die haben auch immer keine Ahnung, was sie machen. Warum laden die überhaupt ein?
Die Jacke, als du vor uns standst, das hat mich erinnert wie mein kleiner Neffe, wenn er im Wohnzimmer uns was
Also, bringen wir es auf den Punkt, das 3-mal Nein, Dankeschön. Und hier hast du den goldenen Kackhaufen. Du warst wirklich der schlechteste Kandidat.
Come on, ja.
Also, muss man ganz ehrlich sagen.
Also für Kendrick Lamar reicht
die
es wohl
hier
nicht mehr,
überall
aber
dabei, oder
lass uns
wie?
doch mal in das Album des richtigen Kendrick Lamars reinhören bei Behind the Tracks.
Oh, hello, Alfonso.
Hey baby, I was waiting for you.
Yeah, that's good. Hello, guys. Today we are doing Behind the Tracks. And we have kind of a new concept for a kind of show for us. So, I am a hip-hop fan, and Alfonso, my friend, he is a kind of like pop indie fan. And we thought to ourselves, well, we could listen to each other's very liked albums. So, I have prepared the album Good Kid, Mad City by Kendrick Lamar. Storytelling album about young Kendrick Lamar in Compton. It starts with him and this girl, Shireen. They were kind of in love and he wanted to go meet her. Then he drives in the truck you can see on the album cover.
Right.
That's the van of his mom. But there he doesn't find Shireen, no. He finds her 2 brothers. They're not that good with him, so they beat him up. So he doesn't meet with Shireen, but instead he meets with his friends, and they want to get back at the 2 brothers.
Kendrick and his 2 friends kill her brothers, but also Kendrick's friend Dave gets killed.
Yeah, true. So, what are your thoughts, my friend?
Okay, first of all, what's my experience with hip-hop music? So this is my first time listening to a male hip-hop album. So, of course, what did I know about the album? You told me it was about one of Kendrick's friends dying. So I was expecting sort of a somber tone to it, you know? And so first I listened to it twice, in the background, not reading the lyrics, and I was like, this is not somber. Of course, in the first song, I was hearing him talking about titties and ass, and I was like, okay, what's this? Like, not what I was expecting. But I was happy that the production was very accessible. Like, I was afraid it would be too experimental, which, of course, if it's your first exposure to these types of albums, would be risky. But no, I was like, okay, it's an accessible rap album. I can do this. Yeah. Then I listened to it, like, slowly reading all the lyrics and stuff. And so, what are my thoughts? Yeah. I will start saying what I liked. First of all, lyrically, I really like his views, like police violence against black people. Obviously, it's an album about death. I'm a sucker for songs about death. Yeah. Like, it really touches me. Yeah. There are really good lines, like, everybody's gonna respect the shooter, but the one in front of the gun lives forever. Yes, I like that line. And I want to talk about the production again. 2012, it sounds like much more modern. It could be like from any time between 2015 and 2025. Like, for me, it sounds both timeless and ahead of its time. I'm always like, I would change this instrument, this one stem. No, there was not a single thing that I didn't like, which is crazy. Also, lo-fi music, there's some lo-fi in there. Crazy. Which at the time, I didn't know it existed in 2012. And I will say his flow is very creative and very inspiring. It's like very, very loose. It's bold, it's brave, and it gives him a lot of personality. And also, it's very dense, the narrative. And I think that gives it a lot of replay value. And I know I have to listen to it a couple more times to really grasp it. And also, he has such a versatile voice, like making all the different characters and stuff. It's quirky, but it's brave. Like, I would be ashamed to make all of these weird voices, you know. Okay, now, what are my not so good opinions about it? First of all, as a non-rap fan, it was a bit monotonous. Just what I'm hearing. It's like, it's a very long album, but it's just because, of course, when you're not so exposed to the genre, everything sounds the same to you. Also, I was not a big fan of most of the hooks, like his singing. I think it really suits your style and your personality because it's often very goofy. Like, promise that you'll sing about me, and the don't kill my vibe and all of that. I think it really suits you. It's not so much for me, but they are still catchy hooks, which is the intention. Yeah. And okay, some of my more specific thoughts. Backseat Freestyle was kind of a guilty pleasure because it's so cringy. Like, I pray my dick gets better than the Eiffel Tower.
The biggest the Eiffel Tower, so I can fuck the world for
72 hours. Yes. But it was so infectious. There was something about it that I was like, why am I like vibing to this? And some of my favorite tracks, I mean, the first half was kind of meh for me, but then the second half was really good. Yeah. I like my favorite track run is definitely track 7 to 11, like Good Kid, Mad City, Swimming Pools, Sing About Me, Dying of Thirst, and Real. Okay, those were my favorites.
Makes sense.
Of course, it's the part of the album where we hear about death, about drinking. Yeah. Because of course, the themes in the first half are not so relatable for me because this is not the music I grew up listening to. But for example, Swimming Pools was like, okay, I'm starting to feel emotions, you know, not just hearing someone talk. My favorite, surprisingly, seems to be the fan favorite. It's Sing About Me, Dying of Thirst.
Yeah, Sing About Me, Dying of Thirst, 12-minute song, I think.
Yeah. And also it's fun that when he plays different roles, different characters, even if you're not reading the annotations on Genius, for example, it's easy to tell that he's singing from a different perspective because of subtle details. Like if he sings, my titties, okay, I'm assuming Kendrick doesn't have titties, so this is someone else. Or for example, if he says, my brother died. That's great storytelling.
Yeah.
Okay, and I do have some questions.
Okay.
First of all, who is Keisha?
Keisha. Okay, Keisha's talked about on his previous album, Section 80. She's a sex worker. And he fell in love with her, kind of.
Ah, okay. About the reenactments, did he get the real people from the story to make the reenactments of this, like the skits?
Yeah, some of them are actually like real reenactments from the people he grew up with.
I will say the acting is great.
Oh, it is.
It is like, are his parents actors or something? Also, isn't it weird that, for example, in the first song, Shireen, he is oversharing so much about these real people?
Yeah, I mean, you can't really know if some of it is like artistic freedom that he has, like if it's 100% exactly true what he's telling. Who knows?
Keine Ahnung. Something I forgot to mention that I didn't love was that by the very last kid in Real, which by the way I liked Real because it was like a genre switch. It was more danceable. I thought, isn't it a bit corny that he's adding all these statements of people backing up the fact that he allegedly murdered someone? Like, of course, I don't agree or disagree with that you can make up for your actions if you tell your story, if you talk about your neighborhood, blah, blah. It was just the last skit that I found a
but
bit...
that is true, actually. Yeah, I agree with you. That is kind of corny.
Yeah. Okay, finally. I like giving album scores, and for this one, I decided to give it a 5.3 out of 10. Just because when I rate albums, it's based on just my own enjoyment, not how good or bad I think it is, no, how much I personally enjoyed it. I think it's okay for my first rap album.
I'm very happy that 5.3 out of 10 for someone who doesn't listen to hip hop. I think good, respectable.
I think this album set really high expectations for me from now on when I listen to other hip-hop albums. Okay, so thank you everyone for joining. I hope you enjoy the rest of the JUGENDSTIL episode, and in the next one he'll be reacting to Melodrama by Lord. So stay tuned. Bye.
Bye bye.
Ich kann nicht glauben, dass wir wegen einem Lied wieder verloren haben und jetzt so eine Scheiße fressen müssen.
Hast du mich gerade etwa Bitch genannt?
Machen die hier nur einen Schauspieler oder was? Warum spielen die überall mit?
Du kannst nicht mal. Ich dachte, wir sind Freunde. Weißt du was?
Mensch, Trash-TV ist doch immer das Gleiche, die gleiche Scheiße so einfach.
Ich werde nicht was zu
Kann ich nicht mehr sehen. Das ist ein Pisschen, ey.
Also ich glaube, ich bin hier echt im falschen Film. Ich glaube, David Lynch kann das echt besser.
So, hello, this is Inside the Movies. I'm Dmitri.
Ja, ich bin Tim, ich bin auch mal wieder dabei und wir reden heute über David Lynch, der ja leider vor wenigen Wochen gestorben ist. Ja, what we can say about David Lynch, he was a great movie director, filmmaker, and he was born in the 20th of January in 1946 in Montana, that's in the USA.
Missoula. He started like a rather artist, like a painter. After his school, he went in Karakura College, but as he said, it was not a very inspiring experience.
We come for you! Doom, a spectacular journey through the wonders of space.
Not say that this is a very bad film, but if compared with all other filmography of Lynch, it's totally destructive.
Oh shit, I'm sorry.
So, but I mean, we can talk about Mulholland Drive. You said it's also one of your favorite movies.
Yeah, the story starts like a real general thriller detective story, but all narrative destroyed in the end.
The main plot is there's a young woman, she's gonna be an actress in Hollywood, and he met another woman and the woman lost his mind. I mean, it's a good movie because of the atmosphere, and I watched it and I was in my couch and was like, that's cool. But I mean, also a lot of open questions at the end of the movie, so that's fact. So maybe we can talk about a few fun facts about David Lynch. There are a lot. You know, he had an addicted to coffee.
Really?
Yeah. Crazy. And after this he made his own coffee label.
Wow.
Lynch coffee or something like this.
I would buy.
Definitely. I'll try to. In his childhood he made some weird experiments. He showed his father once a time some old bad animals and his father said to him better to have no children. So
I could understand him.
Yeah. David Foster Wallace, he was an author. He gave David Lynch a nickname. Wait, I have to prove it. The Jimmy Stewart of acid.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's for to describe his mixture of normality and surrealism.
In the last year of his life, Lynch had emphysema and he did need to be in his house. He couldn't make films, but he had his own YouTube channel and he recorded the news about the weather.
Good morning. It's December 16, 2022, and if you can believe it, it's a Friday once again. Here in LA, a cloudy morning. Quite a breeze blowing right now. 50 degrees Fahrenheit.
How could we summarize our talk about David Lynch?
I mean, many people said he was a legend, so a lot were said about his death. What's your opinion, why he was a legend?
Well, you know, David Lynch compare inside him a very different side.
Yeah.
And in one side we could see a really avant-garde, elitic director. On the other side, he was really popular.
Yeah, he was also an inspiration for a lot of filmmakers like Tarantino or Christopher Nolan. So.
Yeah, that's true, but also it could be mentioned that his project with Mark Frost, Twin Peaks, was maybe the first example of smart movie on the TV. When today we'll see the Netflix serials, we could say that all of them somehow inspired by Twin Peaks of David Lynch. Because that project really changed the rules of the game on TV.
So that were good last words about David Lynch, I would say. We see us in the next episode of Inside the Movie. So, bye.
I will see you in 1 month.
Pepe, warte einen Moment. Ich muss dir noch was zeigen. Warte, ich muss.
Ganz vergessen, ey. So ein Scheiß. Weg damit, ey. So eine Pisse hier, den Scheiß kannst du ja auch nicht mehr geben. Redet die überhaupt mit mir? Oder was ist das Flimmerk-Ding hier kaputt? Ich weiß ja auch nicht. Was ist irgendwas?
Ich glaube, ich hab's gefunden.